The title of lesson: Social and Religious Reformation Movement. Already, as we know that the social religious reformation movement, how it had importance on that days or on those days. Without the social religious reformation happened, think about it, what happened and now what happening. So that is need or not, because all over the world people is in the darkest place, is in the darkest place, darkest situations. So these social and religious reformers have done important role to uplift our society, to avoid bad illegal practice or beliefs, customs, rituals, everything else. So the social religious reformation movement, which was started on that day, very useful for Indian women also. So that is social science in history. That is main lesson for your examination purposes also. Here, so many societies or samajas have given more importance and dedications uplift our society through these societies or samajas. So in that lesson, we have learned so many important persons and learning so many important persons' role and their establishment of societies and samajas and their contribution to our society. So these are all the people or elders or luminaries, leaders of social religious reformation movement. We shall discuss in this lesson introduction and what are the objectives of that lesson learning, and part 1, society established by Rajaram Mohan Roy, Brahma Samaja in 1828, and Young Bengal movement, Hirojio, and also Arya Samaja introduced in 1875, Arya Samaja, Dayana Saraswati, and Prarthana Samaja, 1867, Atmaram Panduranga, C. Satyashodak Samaj, introduced here by Jyotima Phule, and Aligarh movement, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. One by one we shall learn in this chapter what are their contribution to uplift our society. So that is important. You will see and learn one by one. First of all, introduction about the lesson. See, social reformation is an attempt. It is also one trial. It is also one step to reform our society. That means our society is darkest, not light. That means all beliefs, customs, rituals, everything has been existed in our society. So this person tried to reform it. So that is attempt to reformation a society that practice discrimination among its members. The practices discriminates among the people of society. Why is it need? So that question arises by the social religious reformation movement. So reformation strives to bring back such a society into the core human values. That means reformation strives to bring back such a society into the core human values. That means core means closed. And these people try to open that human values. Already practice core values. So which are the importance and what are the advantages are not, everything also decided by these person through the movement. So the basic aim of that reformation movement is to declare the value of individuals' self-respect. So here the reformation movement started by the important leaders because of self-respect should be each other in our society, and also individual values also respected by individual or others also. So for that purpose, the socio-religious reformation started avoiding bad beliefs practices. Many prominent leaders like Raja Mohan Rai, Dayanand Saraswati, Ranade, Jyotiba Phule, Swami Vivekananda, Annie Besant, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, and Periyar movement started by Periyar and Narayan Guru became part of these movements. So one of the main features of this period is the attempt made to stop social evils. See here and observe their main objectives and aims of that socio-religious reformation to avoid or stop social evils by prohibiting them through laws. So laws are very important to prohibit some evil practices in our society. They arise, awake, stop not till goal is reached, said by Swami Vivekananda, like that. So these are the reformation movement, reform the people in our society and human and evil practice values also. So in that lesson we will learn the following concepts, which are those: see, first one, Brahma Samaja, next one, Young Bengal movement, Arya Samaja, Prarthana Samaja, Satya Shodhak Samaj, and Aligarh movement, Ramakrishna Mission and Theosophical Society Advocate, and Narayan Guru Dharma Paripalana Yogam. So last one, the movement was started by Periyar in Tamil Nadu. So the 10 points are discussed in that lesson. We will see and discussing through the Brahma Samaja concept one by one. First of all, Brahma Samaja, who started or introduced it, and in which year, and what are the aims and objectives of that Brahma Samaja. So these are all the important discussion point here. First of all, see the picture of Rajaram Mohan Rai. Rajaram Mohan Rai was born on 1772 and died on 1833. During that period, he has given more importance to our society to uplift it. He is the chief initiator of social reformation and the main reformation, the father of Renaissance in India. Who is the father of Renaissance in India? Rajaram Mohan Rai was the Renaissance of India. That means the initiator of social reformation in India during modern times. That's why he got some titles for his dedication. He had deep knowledge in Sanskrit. Rajaram Mohan Rai, he had a lot of knowledge in the language of Sanskrit, Persian and Arabic literature. See, that is the Sanskrit and Persian and Arabic literature. He had a lot of knowledge these three languages. On those days, see how he was, how he had a beautiful knowledge about that three languages. Okay, he was well versed in Hindu philosophical critic and Quran. He was an important questionnaire person and critical and Quran philosophical person. That's why he became famous on those days. See, he started Atmiya Sabha in Calcutta. Rajaram Mohan Rai established Brahma Samaja in 1828. Next, he started Atmiya Sabha in Calcutta along with some friends. Atmiya Sabha, those who are have a Atmiya. nature. They are inculcate some opinion from them and started the Atmiya Sabha. That Sabha is Atmiya Sabha. They are conversation with them to uplift our society in that Atmiya Sabha with some friends. And the Sabha aimed at eradicating socio-religious religious maladies from the society of Bengal. He started Brahma Samaja in 1828. See, that was the first Atmiya Sabha discussed with by the Rajaram Mohan Rai, talking with other people, come to the conclusion and started Brahma Samaja in 1828. The aim and objectives of that society, see, eradicating socio-religious maladies. Maladies means bad beliefs, misbeliefs, mispractices exist in our society. That was the main purpose of eradicating socio-religious maladies by the Brahma Samaja. Dear students, remain in your mind, who started Brahma Samaja? What are the aims of Brahma Samaja? And in which year it was established? See, Brahma Samaja was established by Rajaram Mohan Rai and 1828 in Bengal, and also aims of that eradicating the socio-religious maladies practiced in India or Indian society, particularly in Bengal. That is the aim of, that was the aim of Rajaram Mohan Rai's Brahma Samaja. He had lot of knowledge in Sanskrit, Persian, and also the other languages also, but these are the important languages. He wanted to purge Hinduism, by removing caste system and superstitions. Rajaram Mohan Rai wanted to make pure of our Hinduism and removing the practice of caste system and superstition. Superstition is beliefs, customs, traditions. So Indian society should be free from the caste system and also superstitious beliefs and customs, rituals and bad values. Okay, so that purpose Rajaram Mohan Rai established the Brahma Samaja, removing this the bad system, casteism also practiced there, and also superstitious beliefs. See, the head of the death, body of the persons, and hand and other things are used by him to giving suggestion to the believable women. She has full believed about him. So they think about it is sure, it is right. They think that it may be right or not, we don't know. But that evil practice existed during that time. That practice avoided by that Rajaram Mohan Rai's Brahma Samaj. Rajaram Mohan Rai and other Brahma Samaja, other followers wanted to rebuild a new Hindu society. That means Hindu society already built. Okay, but that was practiced evil practice. That's why they are thinking about rebuild our society. That means make a modernized, avoiding some evil practices. Hindu society based on the philosophical conditions of Upanishads. So the Upanishads are perfect, are guaranteed. They have believed that. That's why they think about that the society or Hinduism should be rebuilt by the principles following Upanishads. Upanishads are important and guaranteed and great. That's why they concentrate to the Upanishads preached by someone to other people to follow the philosophical idea of Upanishads. Due to his efforts, the Governor General William Bentinck, Lord William Bentinck, brought in law prohibiting Sati Sikha in 1829. See, on that day, the British government played a role in India. So British Governor General Lord William Bentinck supported to the Brahma Samaja leader of Rajaram Mohan that evil practice of sati system in 1829. That means the sati system was prohibited or abolished by Lord William Bentinck during 1829. Who abolished the sati system? Lord William Bentinck abolished the sati system in which year? In 1829. So Lord William Bentinck, the sati system. What is sati system? When husband was dead, his wife should be dead on his funeral burning. So ಪತಿಯ ಚಿತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸತಿಯು ಬಿದ್ದು ಮರಣ ಹೊಂದುವುದು. See here, her husband become dead, immediately she should be dead on his funeral time. So, but the vice versa, the wife is dead, but not death of husband here. So it is not equal treatment by the society to men and women, isn't it? So that is a bad evil practice in our society. So Rajaram Mohan Roy published a journal on that day, that is called Samvada Kaumudi. See and write it down in your book. Which book was written by Rajaram Mohan Roy? That is none other than Samvada Kaumudi, written by Rajaram Mohan Roy to uplift the women and other people in our society in Bengali language. In Bengali language, that is the Bengali language. That was the introduction of the aims and objectives of the Samvada Kaumudi in Bengali language. That is the writing script. What are the important aspects of Brahma Samaja? See, the society of Samaja established by Rajaram Mohan Roy in 1828, okay, it has its own objectives or principles. Each and every society have their own importance and objectives and goals. See, what are the aspects here? The first one aspects, what are the great contributions of Brahma Samaja? See, these are the principles or concepts or aspects. First one, advocated monotheism. Brahma Samaja always concentrate to monotheism. What is monotheism? See, monotheism means worshipped only a God. Indians, particularly Hindus, they have worshipped so many gods in the so many names, in the form of so many names, isn't it? So Brahma Samaja concentrate Brahma only Satya, Brahma only truth, not others. That's why only God one. We should worship only one God. That is called monotheism. First one. Second one, oppose meaningless rituals. Some rituals are practiced in our society, evil practice, like a sati system, dowry system, and child marriage, caste system. So these are all evil practices in our society. So avoiding and prohibiting and protecting the meaningless rituals performed. Okay. Second point. And third point, every person should live with dignity. So dignity is very important. Each and every person, they have their own dignity. As a human being, we should respect each and other dignity. That is your respect of human being, isn't it? So that is important. Don't discriminate on the basis of gender, caste, class, and language and reason. So all are equal. So dignity should be given respect by each and everyone in society, and no law or ritual should violate this provisions. Here everyone should respect it, but no law, no ritual should violate this provisions. So everyone respect to each other. So don't make any miscarriage. Next, Brahma Samaja intended to assure equality to women by opposing polygamy. Here students, Brahma Samaja not only concentrate monotheism, not only concentrate meaningless rituals performance, and not only concentrate the dignity of people, it had concentrated more important, that is called opposing polygamy. What is polygamy? In Indian other religions and Hinduism also, a person having one more woman as their wife, that is called polygamy. We are now having only one wife, isn't it? So we are not able to solve that problem by the one wife, but they have one more wife. Is it right? So it creates so many problems, isn't it? So Brahma Samaja highly opposed to the polygamy and treated equally to the women like a man. And it advocated for a share in property to honor dignity of life to widow. Here, once she got her husband, she became failure, disappointment. So why should we treat like that? Why should we not treat like that into the men? So everyone should honor dignity of women or like to widow. Should concentrate respect to the widow also. Okay. Third point, it also opposed child marriage. Whenever child is born in their family or society, immediately they renamed the male baby and female baby as their husband and wife. Whenever they have born, so it is bad. That's why opposing the child marriage and respect to the woman widow and respect to and opposing the polygamy. Opposed to the polygamy and child marriage and respect to the dignity of life to women or widow. And Brahma Samaja declared that one can take good things from anywhere. It also declared that Upanishads and Vedas also adopted this principle. So, Upanishads are true and guaranteed. Its principles are relevant to the society, not practiced evil. That's why each and everyone should practice and learn the Upanishads principle should follow. And he was open to receive good thoughts, even from the West. Everyone should think about positive and good thoughts, even to receive the West culture also, which was the perfect. He gave importance to English education. English education which is helpful to us. That's why everyone should respect and learn to English education also. Apart from this, Rajaram Mohan Roy wanted the Indians to welcome to the thinking process of the Europeans. That's why William Bentinck also supported Rajaram Mohan Roy. Rajaram Mohan Roy also supported Lord William Bentinck. For that purpose, the Sati system prohibited in 1829. That is the great vision of Brahma Samaja. Last one, in this background, the supported the establishment of many schools and Vedanta college in Kolkata. Vedanta and many schools are started in Kolkata for that purpose, to attract Europeans, to modify our Indian culture. These are the important things. So, Rabindranath Tagore has called Rajaram Mohan Roy as a harbinger of modern India and also progenitor of Indian social reformation movement and the prophet of Indian nationalism. So, these are the three titles how given by Rabindranath Tagore to the Rajaram Mohan Roy. Rabindranath Tagore, see how a beautiful person Rabindranath Tagore, our Indian important poet, isn't it? The peace writing poet person. Okay. So next, I would like to continue the Young Bengal movement in next class. Okay. Thank you for watching my video.